Real Trees Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by RTP Outdoors, Redneck Blinds, Hoyman Tree Saws, Cuddyback, Ozonics, Nikon, Easton Arrows, America's Best Bowstrings, Viking Solutions, and Real Tree Edge. Hunt with an edge.
It's the 15th of August, and I'm sitting in a Redneck Blind on a 90-degree day. A 90-degree day that's humid. It's about as humid as it can possibly be without pouring down rain. And we could certainly use that rain. The field that I'm sitting on this afternoon is about maybe 7 acres. It's actually a bean food plot, the biggest food plot that I plant every year. This one's doing pretty good, all things considered. It's out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's right in the middle of about 1,200 acres with no roads going through it. I don't own that whole 1,200 acres, but most of my neighbors are, they're either not real serious hunters or they're managing their bucks at least by not shooting a lot of young bucks. So it's a pretty good area overall. And I've discovered that it's impossible to get in here early enough. I left there's some thunder. Good thing I'm in the blind. I left the house at about quarter after 5, and it doesn't get sunset until around 8:15 or 8:30. And I couldn't beat these deer. Walked across a small plot, and there was some does out there that jumped and ran. And then I got to this field, and I peeked over the hill before entering the field, and there were 2 really nice bucks out here. One of them I'd say is a big 10-pointer pushing, 170 class status, score-wise. Big giant 10-pointer. The other one was a good deer too. So I dropped back down again and tried to get the camera on the tripod, and I was going to ease back up and film it. And when I eased back up, they were gone. So I don't know if they heard me or what it was, but when I came back up to film them, they were gone. Hopefully they come back out again. They were only about 70 yards, 60 yards in front of this blind is where they were feeding. So they'd be perfect if they came out again later this evening. So that's what we got going. I do see a deer on the other side of the plot that just stepped out right now, so I'm going to cut the interview off and wheel the camera around and try to film what's popped out on the other side. I'm down to the last half hour. We had a nice shower come through. Didn't really rain a lot, but it did rain for a while there. It was interesting how the deer just went right out into the field. They didn't pay any attention to the rain coming down. I'm sure it felt good after the hot days that we've had. So far I've had a couple small bucks and then one looks like just a nice solid 3-year-old 8-pointer. He could have been one of the 2 bucks that was out when I first broke over the hill coming into this field, but I think they were bigger deer. Well, I know the one was for sure bigger, and I think the other one was a bigger one than this one also, but nice good looking buck. Still super humid out. Hopefully it breaks loose and rains some more, because we can definitely use it. I'm going to wrap up my interviews here before I run out of camera light inside the blind. There's still a bunch of deer out on the other end of the field. That 8-pointer ran back in the woods just a little bit ago. But hopefully another good buck will pop out here. I suspect that they will. I mean, this is the witching hour. This is when the deer should start to really step out in the open. It's nice and cool right after a rain. Beautiful conditions. Whatever comes out, I'll show it to you at the end of the blog here. And then I'm going to keep getting out as often as I can. Right now, I think I'm going to go out tomorrow evening again. So continue to check back, and I'll keep posting my summer scouting.